Welcome back. Before we start, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and get ready because we are going to do a first impressions of the Good and the Beautiful History Year 1. That is what we're going to do this year for history. I plan on doing this video where it's just a first impressions. I haven't used it. I haven't done a single lesson. We start tomorrow, and we're going to post and keep you updated on Instagram, and then I am going to do 2 or 3 check-ins during the year and then an overall review at the end of the year so I can tell you if it was a success or not a success, whether I failed. The set itself I got from a company called The Good and the Beautiful. They are a Christian-based company, and sometimes that can make problems for when you want to reimburse things through charter schools. It was for the set, it's $77.97 for the year. Now for me, I'm okay with that price because I'm doing it for both kids. I don't have to buy 2 separate things. It's a family style school. Okay, so it's family styled, and with the $77.97 you get the, gosh, Hot Mess Express again. Comment below if you're a hot mess like me. Okay, you get History Year 1 course book. So this has all of your lessons in it, and we'll go over that a little bit more in just a second. And then they have, it also comes with the big book of history stories, okay? And so this has a lot of, it's beautiful, and we'll look through it a little bit better in a second, but it comes with that, and it comes with a board game, okay? Keys of History board game. So for the $77.97, I got all 3 of these things. Now, there's also something that they do, which is a book packet that you can buy separately with this, and it's $23.96, and it's stories that you read along with your course book, and I think if I understand it correctly, they tell you when to read it. Now, I'm a big library person. I'll buy a book if I've read it and I love it, or I know I love it and I want my kids to read it, but if it's just like, oh, it goes along with our history, I'm not always one that's like, let's go buy it. So for me, I feel like if I'm going to read them, I'm going to get them from the library. Now, I asked her, can I get most of these books at the library? And she said most of them, but not all of them. 3 gold doubloons I can't get at the library. That is a Good and the Beautiful, like, original story, from what I understand. So you have to get it from them. 3 of the 4 books that come in that packet I can get at the library or Amazon it, and 1 of them I can get from Good and the Beautiful. Now, I will say that their pricing is really competitive to Amazon's. So for me, like, if you were going to get those 4 books, $23.96 is probably the best price you're going to get for them. I will probably get most of them at the library. You can buy them individually from Good and the Beautiful, so I'll probably buy the one that is a Good and the Beautiful specific book from them when we hit that point in our history book, but I haven't bought it yet. You can buy these items separately. The game is $18.99. The big book of history stories is $29.89. The course book is $34.99. Okay, so altogether it adds up to $77.97. So let's go through the course book together. This is our first impressions. So it comes with, you can download their student stuff, so like worksheets and stuff. It comes with the download link, so you can get that and print from there, which is nice. So in the beginning, they talk about memorization, and they like the kids to memorize certain things during the year. So they have like a list of memorization stuff, and then they go through the lessons. Now, it reminds me a lot of Saxon Math in the aspect of I open and read and I've got a lesson. It goes like this and has little check marks next to each thing that they do, which Malia and Hiram are gonna love. They love check marks. So it's like read to the children, spend about 15 minutes selecting 2 memorizing pieces, read this to the kids. Okay, here you go. It has you ask a question, it says pause for answers, and then tells you kind of what they were looking for. And then it says have the children complete lesson 1 assignments in their student explorers, and begin reading the unit 1 read aloud. Okay, so they're talking about, in the first couple pages, lessons, they're talking about the creation, okay? The creation, Adam through Enoch, Noah through the Tower of Babel, and then in lesson 4, they're introduced ancient Egypt. So the 4 different sections for this book, they kind of hit different periods of history. You have ancient Egypt, you have the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, you have the French and Indian War through the Revolutionary War, and you have the Victorian era, the history of flight, and the Cold War era. So you go through each of those. So there's 60 lessons in this book, 60 lessons, and that equals about 2 lessons a week. Now, in some of the lessons, it tells you to read from this big, things are falling. It tells you to read from this big book of history stories. So let's jump into this. It's absolutely beautiful the way it's illustrated. I mean, it's super pretty. From what I understand, this is just kind of learning through literature, and they have stories based on the lessons. And this is just for year 1, so I think each year has one of these books, but it's a whole bunch of storybooks and picture books that go along with the lessons. Now, we are going to open this together, guys. This is a board game, which I'm thrilled about because I love to make history really fun. There are a lot of fun activities in those lessons from what I can tell. So we're going to open this. I know how to open a box. Guys, a note to Good and the Beautiful. You just make like a little thing here so I can pull it out easier, like a cutout on the top. It fits too well. Okay, so it comes with game pieces, the ways to play, which we can read in a second, and, oh my gosh, guys, so well packaged. I actually appreciate when they do this because sometimes these get ruined in transit. We are a game family, so this is not my first time at a rodeo here. Okay, this is the board. Ooh, it's pretty. This is the board game, okay? These are the pieces, and let's see. Right on top it says 3 ways to play, so let's go over it. There's a cooperative style that promotes teamwork and has a length of time for the game. It's set length time for the game, so you can say, we're only playing this for 5 minutes, I'm assuming. When the timer goes off at the end of the game, count all the points each player won. As a team, you win if you earned more points than you won the last time you played the game. Ooh, so you're like competing against yourself later down the road. And how do I keep track of that? You guys need to have, they need like a scorecard thingy in here if I'm supposed to be keeping track, because otherwise I'm just putting a piece of paper in here. You might as well make a pretty one. Promotes healthy competition, the competitive style, and allows practice with good sportsmanship. The game is over when all the spaces have black tokens on them, or when the timer runs out. Then you add it up, and whoever has the most wins the game. Okay, single player. Ooh, single player, I like this. They thought of everything with homeschooling. Works when there's only one child taking the course. The player tries to earn more points than he or she won the last time she played the game. Okay, so you guys, I love this. There's 3 different ways to play, which means my kids can play it by themselves, they can play it together, or they can play it competitively. And the only thing I would say is they need a scorekeeper in here if I'm supposed to be keeping track, because 2 of them say I get more than last time I played. What if I don't know how many points they... You're asking a lot of me, because I'm just going to have to put a piece of paper in here anyway. So you guys need to put a scorecard in here. Just a piece of paper. It's cute. That's all I'm asking for, guys. That's all I'm asking for. I just want all the things. So that looks really fun. My first impressions would be, I'm really excited that there's a board game. Like for me, any way to make it fun. We love history, so I love that this is an open and go history. They're hitting 4 different areas of history in the year. There's a board game, there's storybooks. This is a family style school, so I'm going to be doing it for a 1st grader and a 5th grader. I'm going to do a check-in probably in November time period to tell you guys how our first half of the year kind of went. I really like it. You guys should check out Good and the Beautiful, so I'm going to link the link to the history year 1, which is what I have here, in the description. It is Christian based, so we need to know that there will be scripture references. I mean, the first 4 lessons are about the creation, so it is a Christian based program. So if that's not what you're looking for, this is definitely not what you're looking for. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video if you liked it, comment any questions you have, subscribe, please subscribe. Should I beg? Should I have a video of me begging for you to hit the subscribe button? I won't stop talking until you hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, that was the Good and the Beautiful Year 1 history, and I will give a check-in a few months.